He thought he was smarter than everyone. He thought that because he was only 16, he was untouchable, that he could commit the most vicious act and walk away free. So he laughed at the victim's family as they sat there in tears. But that smile wouldn't last long, because when the judge spoke, his world fell silent. And in that moment, Nicholas learned the truth, that he would grow old and die behind bars. It was a Sunday night, February 21st, 2011. At around 10:30 p.m., a call came over the radio, a 911 report about a suspicious person near 16th Street and 34th Avenue South. That suspicious person was Nicholas Lindsay, a 16-year-old boy wandering through the neighborhood, wearing dark clothes, hood pulled up, and according to police, trying to break into parked cars. Officer David Crawford, a veteran of over 25 years, responded to the call. He spotted Nicholas near a parked car. When the officer pulled up and stepped out to question him, Nicholas turned away, pretending to walk off. But then, he turned back, and in the next few seconds, everything changed.
I got shots fired over here. Shots fired. I got an officer shot.
Officer Crawford was struck multiple times at close range. He collapsed near his patrol car. Backup arrived within moments, but it was too late. A man who had served his city for decades was gone in seconds, and the suspect was nowhere to be found. Helicopters circled above. Dozens of officers went door to door. Detectives collected surveillance footage, scoured neighborhoods, and followed every lead. By the next morning, they had a description. A young male wearing dark clothes, seen running from the scene. And within a day, the trail led straight to Nicholas Lindsay. He was just 16, a 10th grade dropout who'd been in trouble before for breaking into cars, skipping school, hanging out with older boys on the streets. When police found him, he was quiet. He didn't resist, he didn't fight. He just stared, like he already knew what was coming. Detectives brought Nicholas into the station for questioning. At first, he denied everything. He said he was home that night, that he didn't know anything about a police officer being harmed. But investigators had footage and a tip that placed him in the area minutes before the shooting. After hours of questioning, detectives brought in his parents. His mother sat next to him, her eyes red from crying. His father leaned forward and whispered, asking his son to tell them the truth. Nicholas broke down and whispered, saying he's sorry. He said he didn't mean for it to happen, that the officer scared him, that he panicked, that he just wanted to run away. He then cried harder, telling his parents he just wanted to go home, but home was no longer an option.
It jumped off quick, we know that, but there's a reason
Scared?
why.
What? Tell us what happened.
Tell the truth, son. Let's do this now. Come on.
Let it out.
Come on, son.
Something to see. Go ahead and let it out.
You did it. You came this far. Come on.
I just want to go to school.
Okay.
And I was really scared.
So what happened? Tell us what happened.
That's okay, son.
Tell him, son. Tell him, son. You already told him. Just go ahead and tell him what you did. You were scared. You were scared. You didn't want to go to jail with a gun on you.
What happened? When I put it, I thought it was on safety, but it wasn't. And I put it out on my finger on the trigger. Then look at it, I started shooting. He reached for his gun. Thank you. I had to do it because I didn't want to die.
Why did you pull the gun versus raise your hands?
Because when I pulled it out, he already went to reach in and it went off.
Because you were pulling. Okay.
Yeah, it went off.
Okay.
How many times did it go off?
And it went off the first time, it went off boom. Then he went to reaching for his gun. And as he went to reaching for his gun, that's when the aim at him.
And you shot how many times? How many times did the gun go off?
Oh, no, I mean, honestly,
All right. You shot till it was empty?
yes.
Nicholas' confession was official. The 16-year-old was charged as an adult. Some said he's just a kid. Others said he knew exactly what he was doing. Prosecutors filed for the highest charge available. Because of his age, he was not eligible for the death penalty, but the punishment could still be the harshest, life in prison without parole. When Nicholas walked into the courtroom, his face was blank, almost expressionless. Across the room sat Officer Crawford's family, his widow, his daughter, and fellow officers in uniform. Nicholas's defense team tried to make a deal, hoping his age and his confession might earn him leniency.
Will find probable cause and order that you be held in secure detention awaiting further action. Thank you. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
On behalf of me, my son, and our entire family, we send our deepest condolences and sympathy to the family and his colleague that he worked with. It's not only son, but I'm sorry that it happened.
Well, okay. Thank you, sir.
One question, please.
Yes.
Not about my son.
I can't do that, sir. I can't do that.
I'll walk out and judge. I'll go with that.
Okay.
His attorney argued that he was pressured, that his parents pushed him to confess, believing honesty would save him from a harsher fate. But the court saw it differently. The judge ruled that the confession was valid, and the plea stood. Throughout the hearing, Nicholas smiled, mocking the victim's family. Some said he was not mocking them, stating that it was nervous laughter. Others saw it as pure disrespect. But for the victim's family, that smirk cut deep.
Just kind of proves to me that he's an animal as he sat there smiling.
After hours of testimony and closing arguments, the judge sentenced Nicholas Lindsay to life in prison, without the possibility of parole. He had escaped the death penalty only because of his age, but now he would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Years later, new Supreme Court rulings said juveniles couldn't automatically be sentenced to life without parole. Every case had to consider the person's youth, background, and potential for change. So, Nicholas's case came back for review. In 2017, he was resentenced, but the judge once again gave him life in prison, with a possibility for review after 25 years.
Life at the sentence review hearing after 25 years is the only proper sentence.
That meant Nicholas wouldn't even be considered for release until 2036, when he'd be in his 40s. He laughed once. But now, there was no laughter, only silence. Nicholas Lindsay remains in state prison, a grown man who once thought he was too young to face real consequences. What do you think? Should a 16-year-old who takes a life ever have a chance at freedom, or should the sentence stand for life? Comment your thoughts below, and watch this other true crime courtroom story next, right here on Bars and Justice.